Hey, friends. Hey, Nicole here. Hey, Smart Cookies, tuning in to wherever you're tuning in from. Please give me a yes, I'm here. Tell me where you're at in the world, at your desk, at a train, wherever you are. Let me know where you are and who's with me so I can see you and serve you better. If my team is on and you're here, if you wouldn't mind sharing in all the places that we need to share to, that would be so helpful for me because I'm going to pull up the tool we're going to talk about. But first, before we go a step further, I'd like to give you the quote, the businessy quote of the day. Today it is by, let's see, is this Melanie Walker? Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them. I think we've heard that quote a couple different ways. That's for sure. And let me just tell someone I'm live because they're saying, hey, I want to hop on live now. There we go. Melanie CJ Walker, it says. So, hi, Kristen. Thank you. I would love if you wouldn't mind, Kristen, if you would share it into the Entrepreneurs Toolkit, please. And the Gold Star group. Kristen, you're in the Gold Star group. That would be great if you share that there. There's a private little group. I won't talk too much about that. If you want to know more, tell me you want to know more. Just type want to know more about the Gold Stars, and I'll let you know on how you get invited over there and where all the cool kids are hanging out. Really, truly, the cool kids that like Gold Stars. That's true. Okay. Speaking of cool kids, oh, thank you. Rachel already shared it. Kristen, you guys are on top of it. I just want to make sure that we are serving all the places. So very cool. And frankly, if there are other places to share this with, if this is helpful, then that's what I aim to be, is helpful. Certainly taking these 10 or 15 minutes out of my day is, I guess helpful for our business. I'm not doing something else I should be doing, but it's really about service and being in service to others, because I believe at the heart of it all, of the economy, of our world, that small business makes a difference. And that when a rising tide lifts all boats, that the rising tide of small business can lift another one. And that's the way that we show up to do that. So yes, high five, gold stars for all of you, for both of you. Yeah, you both are in the group. So high five. Thank you so much. Today, I want to talk to you about an online calendar tool that I use called Calendly. Maybe some of you know it, maybe you don't. We're going to talk about that one. I'll show you the back end of mine. However, I just disclaimer right out the gate, and let me know if you use one. Yes, let's rise. How many of you use an online calendar tool? And you might be saying, I don't know what Calendly is, Nicole, but I have Google Calendar. Give me a Google Calendar in the chat. I want to know so that way I can frame some examples. Maybe use Apple Mail, or maybe you're using Yahoo, Hotmail. If you're still using AOL, friend, you date yourself a little bit. No, AOL, I mean, that's cool. I have one. I can still get into mine. So, but let me know what you're using right now. This is about how we can integrate what you're offering to a client, a prospect, and how you can just kind of integrate that into your business a little bit. So that's what I'm going to share with you. Certainly having an online digital calendar is important to this process, because your paper calendar, right, only lives on that piece of paper, and we got to make sure some things are digital. So this online calendar tool takes you one step into just more automation. It makes you look like you have an assistant when maybe you don't have an assistant. Certainly my growth from solo entrepreneurship to having a small team and then to having a bigger team. We just added a new person. I can't wait to make that announcement. We just added a new Smart Cookie to our team. And I have had to have some type of automation come around me, figure it out. So it looks like I've had a team the whole time. Like it looks like I got people. But really what I have is just a few things integrated, really, really smart. And this tool, Calendly, let me get it into the screen. This one lets me, I can't apparently think and talk at the same time, but it lets me make my sales situation a whole lot easier. So tell me when you see it. If you see it, it says it's sharing. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah. Okay. I think you got it. Cool. Yeah. Angie's here. She says she has Calendly. She's eager to learn more. Kristen, you have it too. Awesome. So here we go. Move this over and close that out. So yeah, sure. Leave that. Okay. So Calendly is an online scheduling tool that I will say for offers is what I want to say, because you have your digital calendar that you manually put in your dentist appointment, your doctor's appointment, your client appointment, your discovery call. But in this case, I want you, when you're offering something on your website, like I do, like I have a couple of things that are essentially calendar offers. I offer a 20-minute strategy call. This is not a pitch, but this is what I offer. I could go to someone else's. Angie, since you're on here, I can go to yours. But it's not a pitch, but this is what I do. That's how I used it. So to get that 20-minute strategy call on my calendar, I wanted it to happen seamlessly. I didn't want someone to have to reach out and then ask me, and then us play email tag. How many played email tag? And it's the worst. Am I right? It's some version of hell, I'm pretty sure, when like it's 7 times back and forth. And then you're thinking they're not interested, but they're thinking, I don't know why she hasn't emailed me back, when really the email service provider just put your stuff in the promotions tab because there was too many emails going back and forth. So I wanted a way that was just really easy for someone to come in, see my calendar, see what's available to them, which is where I'm going to lose some of you, because you're all going to get a little scared and be like, I don't want someone to see my calendar. They don't see your calendar. They see the calendar you set up inside of Calendly. So it has some protection around it. Like nobody can just make an appointment. This came up today, and I thought it was so brilliant that I was like, oh, that's the reason you're nervous. And a client said, well, I don't want them to like have a last minute meeting, but then I'm at the grocery store. And I was like, oh, no. We get to put in some buffers. If you don't want anybody to make an appointment on those given dates, you want a 4-day heads up. That's what I like. I like some decent heads up. Then there's a tool for that. So the other one that I do is like a free website review, still available for all of you if you're seeing this. And that one also is a 10-minute block on my calendar. I think I give myself an extra 5 because, chatty Cathy's and all. Me, not them. But that 10 minutes, I want to protect and make sure that I have room for anything else that I have going on. So these two things, we'll just pop them over to my calendar. So let me show you the front end in case you're not aware of the front end. And that's what it looks like. So that's how you can grab 20 minutes on my calendar anytime. Okay. So Angie has to book a discovery call. Oh, no, she has to connect with Angie. She's not using her Calendly just yet. Okay. So let's go back. I love that video, Angie. It's so good. So good. Back and forth is frustrating, Kristen. I agree. So the first thing I want to say is the number one thing that Calendly has done for my business is it has created, actually, I should have been funnier it's created urgency with prospects, with new clients. And it wasn't fake urgency, because I may like marketing and sales, but friends, I also like honesty and transparency. It's actually one of the big core values of Smart Cookie. We like to make sure everybody knows what everybody's doing and like everybody can see, and just to be fair. And I don't like fake. I really, really don't. So this gives me no fake urgency. The calendar is what it is. But in the past, when I started my business, it was like, yeah, what works for you? Okay, that works for you. Okay, that date works for you. And we're trying to match up our calendars, but there was no sense for the prospect, the client, even though that they may have wanted marketing services, or they may have wanted copywriting, or they may have wanted something. There wasn't any sense of, oh, Nicole has a calendar and a life and a world that I'm not only in. Now, blame me on making people feel like they're my own one and only. I try really hard to let you know that you're my one and only when you're in front of me. But it's true. There is somebody that I also want to love up on. And so when I was able to show the calendar, like, it was amazing what happened to my calendar. It just started booking up. And so I want you to be able to use this in a way that you don't have to manipulate and say like, act now for the low price of. There's none of that infomercial feeling of like that icky, when it's real. It is real. There is only so many days in the calendar. There's only spots on your calendar that you can do. And this puts it right in front of them and gives it, great. I'm so glad it makes sense. And just puts them, they get to choose. It is their world. You're just living in it as a service provider. And same thing for me. And I want them to feel like it's just about them. But the way I can do that is like, okay, what works for your calendar, and to present to them the choices. Okay. So the second thing, it's already on the screen. You can see how many offers I have. Is that this works for various offers. This is a calendar tool. So if you can think up anything about a calendar that you wish that a tool could do for you, I'm telling you, this is probably it. I don't know. There are other calendar tools out there. This is the first one I've started with, because either it was free to have like one offer, or it was super cheap to have one or two to like really work on it and try it out. And now, of course, I've gotten a little more advanced because it works so great. There probably are other tools very similar. I don't know if the price points are similar, but this one just made a whole lot of sense for me at the time when I started it. And I wanted to move to various offers. So when you sign up, you might only get 1 or 2 offers. I'm not sure what it is. Oh yeah, it's free to have one. Thank you. And then you might get blocked on how many offers. So when I say various offers, what I mean by that is how I showed you. I have 2. I have a 20-minute, I have a 10-minute. They're not the same. They get something different. And I offer them on different days of the week, different times of the month. I can't have my brain space where I have a whole bunch of sales conversations sporadically. Here. There's a little trick. We should talk about that sometime. That momentum, right? Momentum in a sales conversation with one and then a next person and a next person. If you do 7 in a row, I find, especially for me, my training is that, man, it gets smoother and smoother as you go through those 7 calls. So I need to know that I can protect one offer, like the 20-minute strategy session I have with somebody. Sometimes it lands in a sales conversation. Sometimes it doesn't. But if somebody else is reaching out to me about wanting a 20-minute call, I just lump them all together. So if you're on my calendar, you go there right now, you'll find, actually, we can go there right now, can't we? You'll find that a lot of the times available, okay, except on Mondays. Mondays are different. A lot of the times available are always like on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I offer them in the afternoon because that's what works for me. If I can batch those all together, give me I like to time block in the comments if you know how to time block your calendar. This is me essentially time blocking my calendar in a way that serves my sales better. It's not creating fake urgency, but it's allowing me to live in my best life of momentum, and I can do it with various offers. Now, my website audits might be at different times. And then there's a whole bunch of other things that I have, right? So coming up really soon, we have this new offer. I'm only rolling it out to those that attended the workshop recently, or if you have a workshop replay, you of course are invited. But there's something called the persuasion equation that we're going to roll out. I'm pretty excited to share with you on that. And it's really how we can stack yeses on your homepage and how to get people to like nod and want everything that you have. But I also have like book your VIP day. This one here at the bottom, it's a little different than the Friday ones. When somebody begs me for a Friday, you know who you are if you're listening. Name starts with an H, ends with an H. Love you. So when I've had to open up a Friday or two for a client that just really needs a Friday because he's working through his side hustle. But for most of you, you guys get these VIP days, so I don't have to like work out childcare on a Friday. But you would see this booking page, and then you would see that we only have a couple in November left, right? And then December. And so you would be planning your calendar like, oh, shoot, she's only got 5 before the end of the year. Oh, shoot, that's how I'm feeling suddenly right now in this moment. Oh, shoot, I only have 5 to offer. Okay. I mean, I'm excited about that, right? Because it's proving that people seeing the calendar, oh, there's pretty Angie's site. People seeing the calendar are like, okay, I need to get in for what I want before the end of the year, before the beginning of the year, or right at the beginning of the new year. So you can see how various offers work together. The other thing that I have on here too is when someone comes in to book a podcast with us, we want to make sure that they have a very clear offer. And in the podcast, if you're a guest, please join me. If you are managing multiple products, multiple offers, or multiple businesses, we'd love to have you on as a guest. So in here, we only have 1 spot in November that opened up recently. And then I don't think anything in December. And then January, we're already booking for January. Shout out to Crystal, our podcast manager. She's just filling up the calendar, but she uses this exact link, and we only record on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So they can come in and see like, oh, that's what we got. And then we start at 10:30, right? So by the time that Matt arrives and I arrive and like we powwow for a little bit, we can get clear on who we're talking to, not confuse them, because that's the worst when you have like 3 authors and like you have all their books on your desk and you're like, wait, what are we talking about? So you can see how it works for various offers. Okay, number 3. This one's an important one. This Calendly app lets you collect money, folks. Let me say that again for those in the back. Collection, invoicing. You don't have to make a custom invoice. Who doesn't want more of that? Who says, unless you're an accountant or financial analyst, I'm pretty sure my husband is not on this live, but who says I just want to hang out with creating invoices? Don't get me wrong. I want to collect on invoices, right? Give me a yes to collect, right? I want to collect on them. But to slow down in my day of those sales appointments, to slow down, make sure that I even have templates of my invoices, but it's one more thing to slow down that you can just collect money right here. So let's say Angie has a client that wants to book just a consultation, right? There's no money that needs to be exchanged. Let's say they're ready to book their styling appointment and their booking session. She could collect payment right there potentially. Now, every business is different. I will say there are reasons why I don't always take money through here, but like the persuasion equation, because it is a live one-on-one session for like 30 minutes, we collect payment through here because the deliverable is the deliverable. You get time with me and we get to go over the homepage of your website. So that's different, but the power of collecting it there, yes. So yes. So I use Stripe, but you can also, or PayPal. I like Stripe anyway, because I am married to my accountant, sleep with him next to him. I try to keep things, certain things go through PayPal and then certain things go through Stripe. It just keeps things nice and easy over here. So you don't want to feel salesy about pushing an invoice. Guess what? They're going to pick their date and then they're committed right there. Boom, both in the same. I love that you just like, were like, what? Yes, cool. Okay. Last thing, I love when these things like blow up for you guys and they're like so good. So is the redirect page. So after somebody books time with me, so let's go make a little fake one. You've seen this before, but I want this like really to come alive for you. So let's see, media event types. Let's just do, let's do one of these. And then I'll go delete it. Let's say on the 7th, you want to book your appointment at 8:30. and testing Nicole, my email, and then right here, schedule the event. That's where they would have taken payment if you needed to take payment. Oh, I didn't do it on this one. Ha. Oh, showing fail. Let's see. What else do I have? I have a 20-minute discovery. Yeah. Okay, so this one will let me book. And then I chose that the redirect, thought I had my example ready to go. I chose that the redirect pops up to a thank you page. And my page for this, because some of you know how I do thank you pages on websites, which are really important that they live there. But for a booking on a calendar, I do this. I have an interactive, like, hey, press play on this. I have something to say to you, to share with you. And they go through these 3 little micro bursts all through my Calendly app. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. So today we talked about how using the calendar to create sales for any of your offers, anything you need to book people on a calendar for, there's nothing fake there. There's urgency and scarcity naturally because of the calendar that we all agree on and that we all use. And then it goes straight to their calendar. And guess what? There's other things like Calendly will send them a reminder. Like I didn't even get into the things that the way the tool actually works. The second thing is various offers. Some of you haven't even heard about the persuasion equation yet. I'm so glad I'm mentioning it right now by accident. But some of you haven't even heard about it. And so it's an offer that sits in there that can be on a different calendar and a different tool. I'm doing it the week before Thanksgiving because we're just going to quiet down that week a little bit. So I can have various offers, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, or something like the persuasion equation or our entire full VIP days. The next thing is I can collect. I just love it. I love that. I love it. I love it. And then finally, I can give them to a redirect page. Now, some of you might be saying like, Nicole, I don't have that next redirect page. Tell me more about that. If you want redirect, interactive redirect, let me know in the comments. That's a completely different world. Yours may need to redirect back to your home site, back to the gallery. You may want to take them to a different website video that you have right now. You might want to take them to your terms and conditions. Like, hey, this is what you signed up for. I want to make sure that you know what you're getting. You may take them to their module. You may take them anywhere else that you need them to have some information. Here are your custom links. Please bookmark these. You might give them some instruction and you can do that on the redirect. It's so fantastic. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know what you'll be using. If you, let me know how you're going to use this. And if there's something else you want to know about Calendly. I don't see any other questions in the comments. So with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up and just say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking action in your business. You know, those are my favorite people and they make the world go round. You guys make it all a better place. And so appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Talk to you soon.